All right, so the one thing that I did not take into consideration with the formulation of Wipeout, and F-Bomb for that matter, was that some guys don't know what a rinseless wash is. They're like, Billy, what's a rinseless wash? I've never done one before. And that's fine. I'm not a traditional guy. I'm not a big fan of the whole wet and wild stuff, so I'm a rinseless guy. What I want to do today is kind of shoot a quick video of what the rinseless wash method looks like and how it goes from start to finish. So let's do that. The medium, I guess what everybody agrees on, rinseless wash method, the traditional industry standard, right, is 1 to 256. 1 ounce of solution to 2 gallons of water. Now there's a twist to that because the way that I do my rinseless wash methods, I don't do 10 rags in a bucket. Let's just be honest. Let me get one thing cleared out of the way. If you detail cars for a living, you're not doing multi-towel methods. You're not putting 10 rags in a bucket. If you detail cars for a living, you're not washing 600 towels at the end of the week. Nobody has time for that. Let's just get that straight, okay? The way I work is this. I use 2.5 gallons of water in my bucket. It's marked right there. At the bottom, I have a grit guard. It's there for a reason. I paid $10 for this for a reason. It stays in the bottom of my bucket, just like that. The ratio would be 1 to 256. However, because the grit guard covers up about a half gallon of water, we're going to adjust our ratio up on the solution, and I'm going to put 1.5 ounces of 2.5 gallons of water. And it goes like this. Here's the Wipeout. It smells so good. It just smells so good. 1.5 ounces to 2.5 gallons of water, and I mix it up. Just like that. Now it's recommended on rinseless washes that you do a pre-soak. It's recommended. If you do wholesale work, ain't nobody got time for that. But for the sake of the video, I've got the 1 to 32 ratio. I'm going to pre-soak this fender and this door. Now, people are going to say, why are you going to do that? Well, what happens with the rinseless wash, the solution itself, immediately upon contact with the paint, will begin to emulsify and encapsulate the dirt. Well, those are fancy words. What's that mean? I'm glad you asked. To emulsify means to become one with the other. To encapsulate means it's going to lift that dirt away from the surface. The solution itself, the product, is going to lift that dirt away from the surface, encapsulating it. So basically, you just wipe it off. And it goes like this. I'm already pre-soaked. I'm going to take a towel, 320, 380, 400 GSM. That's usually where I operate at. I'm going to soak my towel. Okay, I'm going to pull it out. It's not completely soaked. I'm going to wring it out. I want every fiber, every filament of that microfiber towel to be wet and soaked with Wipeout. Very, very wet. I'm going to wring it out like this. The towel isn't that wet, it's not dripping. I'm going to fold it into 4s, just like this. You have 8 sides of a towel, 4 on each side. And you're going to start the front and work your way back. Through experience, you're going to realize when your towel is loaded up with dirt. What I do is I'll wipe, and you can see that line of dirt right there. When I make my next wipe, I'm going to fold that towel back just a little bit. My next line should be right there. Done. Just like I told you. When we go to the mirror, windows, and door, I'm going to flip that towel to the other side and just wipe it. We're letting the chemical do the work. The chemical was designed to work in a certain way, and it's going to do its job. That side's dirty. What you would do, flip it over once again to another clean side. We've already pre-soaked the panel, the dirt suspended in the solution. Make a wipe. See that line of dirt right there. Fold it back. Do another wipe. Fold it back. Do another wipe. At this time, we'll flip it over to another clean side. Do a wipe. See the line of dirt. Fold it back. Do another wipe. See the line of dirt. Fold it back. Do another wipe. At this point, you can flip the towel inside out because we've used all 4 sides. They're all dirty. You can flip to the other 4 sides, which are a shorter weave. A lot of times I'll go ahead and just clean the panel up with the shorter side because I've already captured most of the dirt and the filaments of the microfiber, and now it's ready for dry. What I will do at this point, you haven't seen this yet. I like the wax as you dry method. This is a product we're working on. It's not been released yet. Still doing some work on it, but I'm gonna spray and prep those panels. This is the Wave Rider. You can pick it up at carprous.com. It's made by Microfiber Madness. One of my favorite drying towels. I got several drying towels I like, and I'll cover that in another topic. But this is how it works with the Wave Rider. Good to wipe. It's still a little bit wet. We're gonna let it flash. I'm gonna dry everything that I washed. Mirror, front and back. It's still a little bit wet. If you want to, you can flip your towel over and buff that dry to a high gloss shine. Just like that. Temperature, humidity is going to play a role. Dampness, if it's been raining outside, all that's going to play a role. But I just want to give you the gist of how the process goes. Because we had some guys that messaged me. They're like, dude, I've never done a rinseless wash. What are you talking about? I wanted to show you how it's done. So basically, that's how it's done correctly. When you're doing wholesale cars, I'm going to show you how we do wholesale cars. You know, I'll prep it. I'll pre-soak it quickly like that. I might do one whole side of a car. I showed you the retail side. This is the wholesale side. Squeeze it out quick, right? We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta make money. It's time to rock. Boom, watch this. I feel my towel's already dragging a little bit. It's dirty. Flip it over. Keep rocking. Towel's dirty. I can feel it. See how dirty it is? Flip it over. Keep rocking. Dirty. Flip it over. And again, you don't have to do this, but if you want to, take your short fiber side and just kind of go over everything one more time to make sure that you don't have any existing dirt on the surface that can either scratch the paint or clog up your drying towel in the drying process. I'll repeat the same motion. I'll spray wax it and I'll come back and I'll dry it down. Now, when I'm doing wholesale work, I'll do half or 3/4 of a car. The reason I'll do that is I will let the product dry as much as possible. I won't let it completely dry, but I'll let my rinseless formula almost completely dry. Say 70% dry. Why do I do that? Well, number one, it makes the drying process faster. Number two, it doesn't saturate my drying towel. Number three, my spray wax is more concentrated because it's not being mixed in with a bunch of wet solution on the surface, giving you more of a true wash and wax. That's why I'm not a big fan of wash and wax products, because you can get the same effect, more concentrated, a better finish, a longer lasting finish, doing it that way. That's the rinseless wash method. Thank you for checking out the video.